coolers, lunch bags, and ice packs. Oh my.
Let's get to it.
Outdoor concerts, long hikes, day-long bike trips, and air travel are some of my favorite things to do. And all of these activities require to-go snacks, many of them. Honestly, it's a necessity for me. So today I'm here with Mission to Organize's own lead organizer, Mackenzie, and she's going to explain how we can organize our kitchen's go zones for these types of events that we love so much. So Mac, I know this is one of your favorite categories to organize, and I'm really excited to hear which tips you have up your sleeve.
Thanks, Jay. I'm so excited to share.
Oh, good. Well, this is a subject that is very near and dear to our hearts at Mission to Organize. We frequently bring our lunch with us to client appointments, and you need to tell us, where is the best place for us to store our takeaway lunch supplies?
Well, first of all, like any organizing category, everything needs to be all together. You want to be able to go to pretty much one place to get everything you need quickly and easily, whether that's, for packing your lunch for every day or going on a picnic, all those fun things that you mentioned. So all together is definitely the first step. And the second thing you want to think about is doing something that's really accessible to everybody that needs to access it, whether that be, the nanny, your kids, whoever in the house needs to interact with these things. They need to be accessible to everyone so that everyone can grab things quickly. And then the other thing to think about is making sure that it's separate from all of your main cooking and prep zones, because when you prep something to leave the house, it doesn't really work the same kind of way as if you're prepping something to eat it at home. So be very cognizant of that too in the back of your mind. And that might work differently for everyone, but if you think about it in the differentiation in that way, that helps a lot. And then hopefully wherever you choose, whatever cabinets or baskets you choose, wherever those are stored, there's also a nice amount of countertop space there for you to be able to collect all those items and prep them. You need a workstation.
I like it. Okay. So keep them all together in one location and a clear space. But what kind of items do you recommend that we keep in our lunch go zones?
So everybody at M2O knows that I love hot lunch. So whether you like things hot or cold, like temperature control is key. So food thermoses, beverage bottles, plastic or glass food containers. Keep in mind that you might have a mix of reusable, disposable lunch supplies. Some things might be throwaway and some things might be reusable. So it's okay to have a mix there. And then always, keep some pre-frozen ice packs in the freezer so that you don't have to think about that in advance. That I started even getting a rotation of, just for myself, it's just me really packing to go lunch, but I keep two, in case one day I forget to leave it in a cooler and there's not one that's cold. That's like the worst when you've prepared something perfect, put it in a great container, and then you're like, how am I going to keep this cold? It's 90 degrees outside. So make sure you keep those ice packs in the freezer as well. And obviously that'll be something that has to be separate from the rest of your section, but it's nice to have that ready to go.
I love it. Well, I feel like honestly, about the coolest to-go lunch supplies. So maybe you can share some of your favorite fun products.
Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. One thing that I learned early on, especially, as someone, our team works on site all the time, and, we pack our food so that it's ready to go. And we always need to have multi-section containers to, keep things separate so nothing gets soggy or not the consistency that it's supposed to be. So I've really prided myself in finding really good multi-section food storage containers. I actually saw this one at a client once. It's made by Yumbox. I saw it, and it's definitely for kids. Actually, this is a feature I love, that this comes out so you can clean it. But I saw this from a client, and it's for kids, but who doesn't want cute labeled sections? So I love these. It's really great to keep your food separated. That's one of my favorite products. That's a long-term favorite. And you kind of have to test out. Some sectioned food containers are not great, so definitely read reviews before you commit to one. But Yum Box is a good one. And then a new favorite of mine, I've tested out many versions of this. This little guy is a salt and pepper shaker, and it comes apart. It's so great. I love it. So one, it doesn't spill when it's together. And two, I don't know if you can kind of hear that, but it is magnetic, so it stays together. And you load it from the top here, and then it dispenses from the bottom. I personally keep Creole seasoning in one of mine because I have a Southern soul, and that matters more to me than pepper. But it's great, so you can keep whatever you want in these, and I love how they stay together. They're easy to refill and they don't spill, and I just keep this in whichever lunch bag I'm using, and I get very sad when I don't have it. I might even be purchasing a couple more so that I can have one in each bag. So yeah, those are a couple of things I really nerd out over.
Those are super cute. And I definitely think that I need those little like mini magnetic shakers.
Yeah.
So, you know that any parent will tell you when they head out with the kids, no matter where they're going, that it's super important to have snacks with them. So do you have any special recommendations for kids' food go zones?
So, yes, definitely. First of all, make sure, back to that accessibility to all, make sure that it's in a section that they can reach. That's like really, really key. And teach and empower your kids to be responsible for that. I remember growing up a lot, I would get really frustrated. My mom would buy me some like really cute thing and like it wouldn't get cleaned properly and then it'd be all gross and like I wouldn't want to use it anymore. And it was like kind of my bad because she didn't teach me like, okay, when you unpack your bag, you really got to teach the kids, what to do with all those items because they kind of need to go to different places. Like, hey, when you take out your lunch bag, remove this thing. This thing is, not disposable. Don't throw it in the trash at school. Put that in the sink for us to wash. And take this and put it back in the freezer. Tell mom to put it in the freezer since you might be not able to reach it. Like teach them where all those things go, whether they should be put back in the fridge, washed, or not be thrown out. That's something that you have to teach them. And eventually they'll learn how to empty their own bag each day and maintain it and know where to find things. So that's huge. Give them like a low drawer to reach or a low cabinet with a nice basket where they can just, easily toss things. And I know a lot of really cute lunch boxes are like not as easy to clean. Try to get them like a cute version of ones like this that are machine washable. I love these. You can just toss the whole thing in the wash, whether there's a spill and it doesn't really leak through here. And you just toss it in the wash and then easy peasy. So, teach them to throw their reusable lunch bag in their laundry basket and you've got a whole setup.
I love it. It's funny. We're always talking to our clients about how like teaching kids how to organize and maintain their possessions is really so important for their long-term development. And it's true. Like it's a great skill for their future. So I love a good picnic, Mackenzie. We're going to move on to that topic. What are your opinions on keeping big coolers and picnic supplies inside of your kitchen?
So as you know, we do not recommend keeping big coolers and picnic baskets in our clients' kitchens because they are so big, so bulky. They're not used frequently. Unlike your beautiful demonstration in the beginning, they're not usually easy to nest things in like that. And if you do, people forget that there's things in there. So, few people have space for big stuff like that inside their actual kitchen. So keep them together, but keep them outside of the kitchen. Coolers are light. They can be stored up high. Some great ideal locations are the garage, with the rest of your outdoor supplies, basement storage shelves, under the stairs and crawl spaces. If you have an extended walk-in pantry, you could put it up high in a pantry or give yourself a little outdoor space there. Those are great solutions for big items like that so that you don't eat up your prime real estate in your kitchen.
Yep. Those suggestions are perfect. I actually keep my cooler in my basement storage. So I guess I'm doing it right. Woo-woo. So is there anything that you'd like everyone to know about to-go kitchen zones in particular?
Sure. So, you know what is super convenient is keeping a few individually wrapped snacks that you frequently take with you on the go in your go zone, especially for things that you only eat on the go. Like if you're, a lot of days you might be rushing out of the house and you don't want to think too hard, and just have a few things just pre put together. And that doesn't necessarily mean, I know a lot of us are trying to conserve and don't want to buy individually packaged things, even if that means that you use some of your reusable containers and like took a day when you were very prepared to prep some things in containers and then put them all together in your go zone space. That's a great way to be prepared and just be able to grab those things when you're packing.
Super smart. I like it. Well, Mackenzie, this was so helpful. Thank you for sharing one of your number one passions with us. We are so lucky to have a to-go expert on our team like you, and we appreciate you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. You're right. It is a passion and it's so great to share. And our whole team is always hard at work sharing the magic of Team M2O. So all of you out there, make sure to check us out on Instagram, Facebook, M2O TV, and our website for more goodies.
That is mission2organize.com. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye. Mackenzie, you have a line.
Okay.
Line.